Think you know Michigan? Think again. The state is hiding some of the weirdest, most mind-bending secrets that even lifelong Michiganders don't know about. From ancient discoveries to downright bizarre stories, these are the weird things that will make you see Michigan in a whole new light. Let's get to it. I have made several videos now over the years about strange things about Michigan, haunted places in Michigan, creepy legends in Michigan that I will link in the description, as well as things you may not know as an outsider looking in. And as always, the 5 things I'm about to throw at you are weird things even the insiders don't know. Starting off with number 5 on the list, I have been slacking on giving the Upper Peninsula some love, so we have the mystery of Michigan's prehistoric copper mines. Thousands of years ago, long before Europeans set foot in North America, the Upper Peninsula was home to an ancient copper mining operation of unimaginable scale. Between 5,000 and 7,000 years ago, over 1.5 billion, yes, billion pounds of pure copper were extracted from the region, particularly around Isle Royale and the Keweenaw Peninsula. Here's the strange part. No one knows exactly where all the copper went. While in Native American old copper culture, they used it for tools, weapons, and trade, the sheer amount mined doesn't match the artifacts we found. Some pieces made from Michigan copper have been discovered far away as the Gulf Coast and Northeast, yet it still doesn't account for the billions of pounds. The mystery has sparked wild theories. Did ancient civilization from Europe or the Middle East sail across the Atlantic to mine it? Were prehistoric trade routes far more advanced than we ever realized? Or, if you believe the more out there stories, was this copper harvested for purposes beyond our understanding? What we do know is that ancient miners use only stone tools left behind thousands of pits on Isle Royale and beyond. These silent scars in the earth are evidence of a forgotten industry that predates the written history. The question remains, where did all the copper go, and who were the people behind one of Michigan's greatest unsolved mysteries? Some archaeologists argue that the copper was primarily traded among indigenous cultures in North America, while others insist the scale of mining points to a much larger global connection. To this day, modern explorers and scientists continue to search for answers along Michigan's rugged northern wilderness, where the whispers of past linger in every bit and quarry. It's a story that leaves us wondering just how much of our history has been lost in time. Moving right along to number 4, we have the shaking grounds of Michigan, a story of mysterious tremors. Michigan, while not traditionally associated with earthquakes, has a peculiar history of mysterious ground shaking that has left scientists and residents scratching their heads. In Michigan, we don't have earthquakes. From unexplained tremors in southern Michigan to surprising quakes caused by human activity, the shaking grounds of Michigan are both strange and fairly significant. Take the 2015 earthquake near Galesburg, for example. A magnitude 4.2 quake struck around southwest Michigan, rattling homes and surprising residents as far as Chicago and Ohio. Scientists determined the culprit was an ancient fault line, long dormant, buried deep beneath Michigan's bedrock. It was a reminder that Earth here isn't quite as calm as we thought it was. But sometimes the shaking comes with no clear explanation. In 2011, residents of Clinton County reported hearing loud booms followed by violent tremors, shaking homes and rattling nerves. Yet, no seismic activity was recorded at all. Some blamed collapsing underground voids or natural gas pockets, while others speculated military testing, but no definite answer was ever found. Then in 2020, Monroe County experienced another unexplained tremor. The ground shook, dishes rattled, and residents rushed outside for answers, and again, nothing. Was it an earthquake, an explosion? Scientists suggested nearby quarry blasting, but for those who felt it, the cause remained unsettling and unclear. Michigan's geology, full of ancient limestone, underground mines, and collapsing cavities, adds another layer to the whole mystery of it. In the Upper Peninsula, quarry blasts and old mining operations trigger man-made quakes, while in other areas, shifting bedrock and weather cycles seem to play tricks on the land. Even more bizarre are the stories of skyquakes, loud, booming sounds heard across Michigan that some believe are caused by atmospheric disturbances or deep underground shifts. Others think there's something more mysterious at play there. So the next time you feel the ground shake in Michigan, whether it's a natural quake, a man-made tremor, or something entirely unexplained, know that this state, quiet as it seems, is full of secrets beneath its surface. Michigan's shaking grounds are a strange reminder that the earth is never as still as we think it is. Stepping on over to number 3, we have Gravity Hill, a place that truly defies logic. There's a place where the rules of gravity seem to break. It's called Gravity Hill, and it's a spot that will make you question everything you really know, because here the cars will roll uphill. Water appears to flow against gravity, and the experience leaves visitors pretty stunned, as you could imagine. The story is simple. Park your car at the bottom of the hill, put it in neutral, and watch as your vehicle begins to move uphill. Skeptics say it's an optical illusion caused by the way the surrounding landscape tilts, tricking your eyes into thinking that there's a slope even though there isn't one, but locals tell a much creepier tale there. So, according to legend, this hill is just haunted. Some say if you sprinkle baby powder on your car's bumper, you'll find tiny handprints after your car moves, proof of ghostly intervention. Many visitors leave convinced they've experienced something supernatural. It feels like the car is moving on its own, one person said. Others claim to have seen handprints in the dust or heard faint whispers in the quiet night air. So, what's really happening in Gravity Hill? Is it an optical illusion, a ghost story brought to life, or something we can't yet really explain? Whatever you believe, one thing is certain. Gravity Hill isn't just a trick of the eyes. It's a place that lingers in your mind long after you've driven away. If you're curious, visit at night for the full effect. Bring baby powder if you dare, and prepare for an experience that might leave you with more questions than answer, because what really happens at Gravity Hill, that's for you to decide. Moving right along to number 2, there's the Dinosaur Gardens of Ossininki, Michigan's forgotten prehistoric park. Yes, Michigan has its own Jurassic Park, kinda, sorta, not really. Deep in the forests of Ossininki, Michigan, lies one of the state's strangest attractions. It's the Dinosaur Gardens. This surreal park is home to life-size concrete dinosaurs, cavemen, and even statues of Jesus, blending history, faith, and just kind of throwing all that together into some bizarre roadside wonder. Built in the 1930s by artist Paul Domke, the Dinosaur Gardens was meant to educate visitors about prehistoric life. Domke hand-sculpted over 24 massive dinosaurs and cavemen using concrete and wire mesh. And here I am, I can't even mud drywall, placing them along winding forest trails. Families marveled at these 30-foot-long Brontosaurus, the snarling T-Rex, and the scenes of early human life. Yet among the dinosaurs, Domke also added religious statues, including Jesus, like I said, blending faith and science in a way that left visitors pretty puzzled. As the decades passed, the park fell into this decline. By the 1970s, the once bright sculptures were cracked and moss-covered, and overgrown trails made it feel more like a haunted forest than a tourist attraction. Explorers visited to capture its eerie charm, giant dinosaurs looming in silence, half forgotten in the woods, but in recent years, parts of the park have been restored and its colorful dinosaurs now attract curious visitors once again. But the surreal mix of prehistoric creatures, cavemen, and religious symbolism continues to fascinate and baffle those who stumble upon it. If you ever find yourself near Ossininki, take a detour to the quirky relic of Michigan's past, because nobody really knows about it. It's a place where dinosaurs still roam, faith lingers quietly, and history feels just a little step out with reality. The Dinosaur Gardens isn't just a park, it's an unforgettable piece of Michigan's weird and wonderful history that a lot of people don't know about, like I mentioned. Last but not least, we have number 1, the glowing lights of Lake Michigan, a mystery beneath the waves. Lake Michigan is a place of beauty and mystery, from ghost ships to the eerie Michigan Triangle, which I talked about more in another video that I'll link in the description. The lake has held long secrets, but one of its weirdest phenomena remains largely unknown. That's the glowing lights beneath the water. For decades, fishermen, sailors, and divers have reported seeing soft, pulsing lights deep below the surface. These aren't just ordinary reflections or someone's shining a flashlight or sunlight. They move, they follow, and sometimes form patterns before vanishing without a trace at all. Another story comes from a group of divers near Traverse City exploring one of the lake's shipwrecks. In the distance, they spotted a strange glow, thinking it was sunlight, They swam closer, but the light darted away as if they knew they were coming. It wasn't a reflection, one of the divers explained to it. It was just something else that just you can't explain. So, what's causing the lights? Theories range from natural gas seeps on the lake bed of the residual energy from the mysterious Lake Michigan stone circle, an ancient structure that's over 10,000 years old, which is something I talk about in the other video that I'll link in the description. Others tie the lights to ghost ships, the souls of sailors lost in the lake's countless wrecks, because there's been quite a few of them, while some suggest something even stranger, and that's an unidentified submerged object, or USO. The truth? Nobody really knows. Lake Michigan has always held its secrets, and for those who have seen the lights, the experience stays with them forever. Who knows? So the next time you find yourself near Lake Michigan on a quiet, still night, take a closer look. You might just see something glowing beneath the waves, a silent, pulsing reminder that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. My question as always is, have you heard of any of these 5 things before, and what other weird things about Michigan do you know that some people might not? Drop them in the comments below. If you're not too weirded out to move to Michigan, I help people all over the world move to, within, and out of the state of Michigan, and I love it. So if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to be your go-to resource. Till next time.